I have two updates for you, but before we move forward, please subscribe to our channel and enable notifications because I will keep you updated about developments in the world of immigration to Canada. The first update is about restoration of status. So if you are here in Canada and for some reason you stay in Canada beyond your valid status, either you are here as a visitor or a student or worker, then either you need to leave Canada after the expiry of your status as quickly as possible, or you have up to 90 days to submit an application called a restoration of status. I have a video about restoration of status. You can check it out up here. But what about now? Because of coronavirus pandemic, the government of Canada has decided to be more flexible in terms of restoration of status. They understand that, first of all, many of their officers are not working, so they cannot properly, in a timely fashion, process restoration of status applications. And the second issue is that many people are stuck in here. They don't have access to documentation. They cannot submit documents in a timely fashion or collect documents in a timely fashion. And even if they want to go back home, they may face difficulties because of travel restrictions and lack of existence of airlines, etc., etc., etc. That's why the government decided on and announced on July 15th, 2020, that if your status has expired after January 30th, 2020, in those situations, you can submit your restoration of status application up until the end of December 31st, 2020. In other words, you have up to the end of the year to submit your restoration of status application. There is no doubt that if your status expires after the first few days of October, you still have that 90 days. But this is more of to give you time beyond 90 days. The other piece of news that I have for you was announced on July 14th by the government, and it's about study permit applications. What they are claiming is that if you have not submitted your application fully, I assume they are more than anything else referring to not doing biometrics. They haven't given the details, but anyways, they will review your application and they will approve it in principle. If they approve it in principle, you can start doing your studies in Canada online through your school, obviously, if they are offering online training. And the good news is that that online training is calculated eventually towards your postgraduate work permit application. Of course, to be able to come to Canada and continue in person, you need to complete your application. They will review it, and if they issue a study permit, then you may travel to Canada and continue your studies. This two-stage process, which has not been fully implemented, I couldn't find any trace of it yet, it could help some people to start off their studies in September and hopefully next year come to Canada and continue their studies. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and enable notifications. My name is Parsai. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I teach immigration consulting at Ashton College. I'm also the author of 88 Tips on Immigration to Canada. See you soon.